Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. I actually had planned on getting the John Wetton An Extraordinary Life box set today. Had it ordered and planned and everything for weeks. And once again, boned by Amazon. Not here. So it's not going to be here for a little bit. I'm kind of not happy about that. So I decided I was going to listen to the other album I have with John Wetton on it, which happens to be the album Bandstand by the band Family. This is one of those albums that I got specifically because John Wetton played on it, and I've had this for a while. And Roger Chapman, who was also in the band Family, has a couple solo discs out with John Wetton singing on them. Although he does not sing on this album at all, he's just strictly the bass player on this one. Did some background singing on the previous Family album called Fearless, but he doesn't do anything on this one. And so I figured, well, I'll just go over this one since I actually listened to it pretty much all night last night. I was laying in bed trying to sleep with a horrible head cold. I'm sure if you guys are listening to my other reviews today, you've probably sick of me complaining about that, but so it is what it is. So we're still listening to the stuff. We're still checking out the new stuff. Did not get out there for Record Store Day today. A couple reasons, because the record store closest to me is horrible. It's an FYE that's just a big chain store that doesn't do anything special at all, and they're actually terrible. And I did not feeling up to traveling an hour away to get to the nearest record store. So we just stayed home today and listened to the stuff I did get, and this is one of them. And now that I've babbled for about 2 minutes, and as you guys know, that's what I do, I babble. This album is interesting. In case you've never heard the band Family, they're not anything like you would expect. If you went to this for the same reason I did, which was John Wetton, you're not going to get anything that sounds like John Wetton stuff on here at all. It's they're called a progressive band. I don't know. I don't hear that too much. I hear them with more of that. I don't know. It's got a little bit of bluesiness to it, and it's got a little bit of funk to it, and it's got a little bit of like folkiness to it. They're not really hard rocking at all. Probably the heaviest song on this whole album was the opening one, Burlesque, which I believe was one of the first singles off of this, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't around then listening to this, so I don't know, but it looks like that was one of the singles, because this is the remixed or remastered edition and expanded edition, excuse me. And I will say I did compare the two. The remaster of this one is pretty good. A lot more clear. It didn't lose the bottom end like some of these other remasters do that I've complained about, whereas they do brighten things up, but then you lose like the fullness and the warmness of it. I don't think it lost any of that. However, I'm not a huge fan of this band, so I probably won't go back and listen to this again anytime soon. It was fun to go back and listen to it again. Got a lot of weird styles mixed in here. I mean, even on Burlesque is not like a straight ahead rock song. And then you get the songs like My Friend the Sun. It's got it's kind of like a folk song almost. And then you get like this like an orchestrated type of song like Top of the Hill. And there's they got strings and songs like Bolero Babe. It almost ends up sounding like a lost John Lennon song kind of. And then you got songs like Broken Nose, which is a little bit more of a rocker, but it doesn't sound like extremely original to me. So, and then you get songs like Ready to Go, which has a little bit of a funkness to it, and then you get back to a bluesy type thing, maybe on like something like Coronation. So it's kind of like all over the place here. The thing that I kind of wanted to get this for more than just to be the remaster was because anything with John Wetton I'm going to get. So this had extra songs on it, so I picked it up for that. However, when I was listening to it, they got these BBC sessions of the songs on here, and I don't know, they don't sound like they're being performed. They sound almost like it's the studio versions just being, maybe they're faked or something. I don't know for sure, but they don't sound different. I didn't notice anything different on them, so maybe I'm wrong. If you guys have any insight to this and I don't know what I'm talking about, please let me know. But I didn't hear anything like extremely different on any of these, except the guy introducing them, because they left him on there talking over it, and just kind of adding that to it. But I don't know, I didn't hear much different there. The kind of the cool things that I did like was the different version of Coronation and My Friend of the Sun and Glove and the Rockin' Hours. So those were kind of cool just to hear the different versions of it. They seemed a little bit more raw, and I actually like those better. The thing that I guess for me, the reason I'm doing this, because if you went to this for the same reason I did, which is John Wetton, don't expect it to sound like anything like that, which I know I already said. The singer, Roger Chapman, his voice takes a little getting used to. It's a really gravelly, it's got like a little warbliness to it going on, which works well for this type of music. But if you're not into that, you're not going to enjoy this very much. And the solo stuff is a lot like that too. Reminds me of that Box of Frogs album where they had the second Box of Frogs album. They had all the different singers on it, and I cannot think of the guy's name on it, but there's one singer on that one that has that same style of singing in it. Those are the songs I skip over on that one. So the good thing is Roger Chapman's got a couple soul albums out, and it's a little bit different style than this. It's a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say adult contemporary because it's not really adult contemporary, but it's more mainstream rock because it's not normal music like adult contemporary. He's got his own unique style. It's very hard to describe, which I guess is a good thing for an artist. If you're hard to describe, that's always a good thing. The songs that John does sing on those soul albums are really good. So if you are a John Wetton fan, like I am, and you want some really cool John Wetton stuff, get the Roger Chapman. There's two soul albums he has that that John Wetton sings on that are really worth listening to. I think he's two of them that he sings on now. Man, I've got this brain fog today, so hopefully I'm right on that. I know there's at least one for sure, but I think there's two that he sings on. As always, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but anyway, the only reason I'm doing this one, like I said, is just kind of like throw out there that if you're expecting this, because it seems like there's a lot of stuff coming out this weekend that's got reissues and stuff like that. It seems to be a lot of that lately, like in the past couple of years, lots and lots of stuff. So I'm supposed we're going to see a lot more of that, I'm sure. It seems to be the only people buying music nowadays in like huge amounts are the ones buying these reissues. So I suppose that the record companies have found a way to make some money off of us, so they're going to keep doing it. But I'm not going to rant too much about that. Just as always, feel free to leave your thoughts. If you like this band, I'm not trying to dig on it at all. It's just not my thing. It's just not my style. Although it does have some good stuff on it that I did enjoy listening to, but it's not something I'm going to go back to a lot. But as always, feel free to comment either way, and like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we'll talk to you on the next one.